The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Learn more at IBEWNICA665.org on the Spartan Media Network.
Fink is back out of the box.
Yes! Sturback shot. Goal! That's all we needed.
Holy cow. Up the far board, Shouty.
Come on.
To the left circle.
Yes! Shoots. Goal!
30 seconds.
Oh, yes! And a shot and a goal for Michigan State. Danny Russell knocks it in.
The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans Athletics and Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. And Shaheen Chevrolet, your hometown dealership. Now, let's join our hosts, Rob Woodward and the voice of Spartan hockey, Scott Moore.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Coach is here, Woody is too, and for the next 60 minutes, we'll talk about this weekend's home series against Notre Dame and a whole lot more. Later on in the show, we'll be joined by winger Gavin O'Connell for our player segment, and Neil Koepke is going to drop in and talk a little bit about the national hockey scene. Got a great crowd here on hand at One North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing on Abbott, just north of Saginaw, including members of the Lansing Senators 12 under white team. Is that right, or is it green team? It's the white team. Okay. There's a lot of guys wearing green shirts, but let's have a round of applause for the Senators, and I'm sure we'll hear from them during the show as well. If you want to join the live audience for any of our coaches shows, make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Well, Coach, you got your final bye week of the regular season in. This one felt like it came at pretty much a perfect time. Your Spartans have just finished up a stretch of 5 consecutive series, 6 of the 10 games against teams ranked at the time. Numbers 2, 5, and number 1 in the nation. 8 of those games away from home. And he came through that stretch with an 8-2 record. Just a brutal stretch of games, but you guys have been playing some pretty good hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with you. I don't think, buys our guys want to play, but I think it probably came at a good time. that, if you go back to the GLI and look at that stretch of games, and obviously it was challenging and on the road a lot, and it was a good opportunity to get healthy and also get better, right? We talked about it before when we started the bye week, right? We want to be a better team, and I think we've worked towards that through practice, and looking forward to getting back playing.
What did you guys concentrate on this week, Knights?
Last week and this week we looked at our game, and I think we can do a better job of defending off the rush. That was an area where, especially in our conference, teams are so talented and skilled, right? They can really make you pay. So, you can do that away from the puck and also with the puck, right? Managing the puck. If you chuck it around, we're playing good teams and they got talent and they're going to make you pay. So I'll try to focus on that area and then hang on to pucks offensively. I think we're at our best when we don't chuck it around and we own it and value having it. And so that's been the main focus.
How often do you inject new drills into practice?
Well, if you ask the guys, they probably feel like we do the same drills, I'm sure. But if you looked at, I think I looked at it today. We've done over 80 different drills this year, but I think you have your core drills that are really important to your team and really kind of drive the identity of your team. So you got to make sure you can tweak those a little bit, but our guys are great. In the bye week were awesome. They had great energy, and it never felt like, sometimes this time of year, right? We're in February and it can potentially be the dog days of the season, but I think our guys have done a great job. They're excited to be at the rink and keep working.
At this point of the season, with your 3 regular season series left on the schedule, and then the new accelerated playoff series, did you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit last week, or do you practice as you practice as you practice?
Yeah, we try to stay with it. I think we owe it to our guys. Our guys are at an age where they're still young hockey players, and you can make a lot of hay in February and grow in your game. So I get it. We can maybe feel like, hey, this is the time of year you got to pull back. But I also think, like I said, we owe it to our guys, owe it to our team, owe it to our university to do it the right way and keep practicing hard and try to continue to improve.
Now you've got 4 straight at home, the most you've had at home since 5 straight from November 21st to December 5th. It'll be nice to just stay home for a bit.
Yeah, obviously we love playing at Munn. The crowd's awesome, and the Munsters do a great job. And we got to take advantage of playing at home. And we only got 4 more kicks at the can here until playoffs. So make sure we're ready to go.
I'll ask you this, Knights, before we go to break here, and because I didn't know the answer. Why are we playing Thursday and Friday this week? Is it strictly TV?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no idea. Yeah.
All right, so I don't feel bad for not knowing that answer.
No,
either.
I don't know. It's probably both. I think both games are on TV, and I think we've talked on the show before, right? Is you can analyze why it's playing this. Like our job is, give us a schedule, and I know a lot of us here in the room, right, and listening, you get frustrated. You're waiting on the schedule. When's it come out? And the reality is, we're going to play 12 home games and 12 road games in the Big Ten, and let us know when they are, and we'll play them.
Well, like you said, the boys are ready to play. Why not a day early this week?
Yep, no doubt.
Exactly. Even Sparty knows that everyone needs a timeout every now and then, so why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/MSU to enter your ultimate beach break. It's just a click away. We'll be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665 after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.uofmhealthsparrow.org.
Do you need an electric vehicle charger installed? Whether for a home, business, school, or more, IBEW NECA 665 contractors are the experts in EV charging installations. Our electricians aren't just licensed. We have advanced training and certification through the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, or EVITP. The EVITP gives us the most comprehensive training available, which means we install EV chargers to the highest standards of quality and safety. Visit IBEWNECA665.org to find a contractor for your next project.
Welcome back to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. You know, whether your move is across town or across the nation, the Munn team can help. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the Munn team online at munteam.com. That's Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They are realtors who get results. Woody has taken the microphone out into the audience. It's time for questions from the crowd, and we'll start it off as we always do. Greg Bria, how are you tonight?
Doing real good, son. Real good. How's yourself?
I'm fine. I was incredibly bored over a bye weekend. It was like the guys. I would like to call hockey.
Yeah.
I watched all 6 games.
I've watched them too. Good evening, Coach.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good.
Okay. You're obviously an athlete. You've participated in a lot of stuff. So my question revolves around, and we're still playing with the Olympics here. Which of these individual events would you consider competing in for a gold medal? Giant slalom, skeleton, or luge? And why?
Yeah. Well, I'd love to answer. When you said compete for a gold, none of them. That wouldn't happen. But well, I don't really know the skeleton. That's the one they go head first down.
Head first.
Yeah.
That's the crazy people.
Jared, my brother, would have been good at that, I think. Probably. I mean, skiing would probably be the, downhill would be the one, right? I did it a little bit. I didn't do any of the other ones, and it's closer to, I guess it's closer to skating, but it is awesome watching. I mean, the Olympics is cool. And, our kids are at the age where they can start to remember watching the Olympics. And I think our guys, talking to them, I give the Swedes a hard time. We beat them in curling the other day. And, but I think, it's been fun to watch it, right? This is obviously all of these athletes' passion, and they spent a ton of time and a lot of sacrifice going in, and no different than our guys. And so it's been fun to follow.
Knights, how much have you been able to watch of the Olympics, particularly hockey? And then do you watch the Big Ten games over the weekend when we're not playing?
Yeah, it just depends on what's going on as far as, family stuff. Our boys had games this weekend. And I obviously was wanted to watch them. So I didn't get to see a ton of the games. We'll watch them back on tape, and obviously with Notre Dame coming up, and those are the most important than whoever we're playing next. But yeah, they know the Olympics. We have it on in the office. The guys are watching it, before practice, and I just think it's awesome. Obviously every 4 years this happens, and again, I think our guys have a big time respect. They, the sacrifice it takes just to be able to get to that level, whether you win a medal or not. To represent your country is kind of the pinnacle.
Bird.
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
I'm good.
How you doing, Coach?
Good. You?
Good. I was just wondering, from the beginning of the year, what would you say would be your biggest surprise that you said what would happen from the beginning of the year that surprised you the most?
I don't know if surprise, but I mean, I think we came in, right? We had a lot of new guys, right? And a lot of young guys, and college hockey's hard, right? And so, I think our leadership group's done a good job, and not just the guys that are leaders. And Gavin's going to be on the show here later. And I just think the way the older guys have kind of shown the guys, how we go about doing things. You can't assume that's going to happen, and you got to make sure that happens every year. And I think that when you recruit good people and team people that are in it for Michigan State, they can help guide the young guys. And so I think that's been fun for our group, our coaching staff, right, to watch that happen of, hey, this is how we practice, this is how we lift, this is how we act in the classroom, this is how we act in the community. And I'll never take that for granted, because I think that's obviously we want to win games, but we want to represent the school and the university the right way. And I give a ton of credit to our leadership group for that.
We've got a question from one of the senators for you.
My name is Isaiah. I play left defense, and I'm curious what your favorite NHL player is.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming. And I got a lot of them. This is probably not a popular one with the group here, but I have a ton of respect for Dylan Larkin. He obviously played at University of Michigan, but just when I worked in Detroit with him, he was a class act. And I always say to him now, I deep down in your heart, you're a Spartan, just the way he goes about his business. And I just think in watching him progress as a leader, and there's a lot of pressure on him. And you look at the Red Wings and the history of the organization. He had to answer the bell, a lot of interviews when things weren't going that well. And obviously they're having a great season now. So he's definitely the guy I pull for.
Heard just a little bit of murmurs through the crowd when you said that first time. Another one from the senators.
My name is Elliot. I play center, and my question is for the delayed penalty for the other team. Who's your first pick to send out on the ice for the goalie pull?
Good question.
That's a great question. Yeah. Normally it depends on who's out there, right? So if you have out there, I mean, if we can get one of our guys that's on our top power play unit out there, whether it's Charlie Strammel or Danny Russell or Porter Martone or Riker Lee, it would be a forward. But it's usually one of those guys that if they're not on the ice, you're trying to, they changed the rule before there was a little bit of double jeopardy in college hockey, where if we scored with the goalie out, we still got the power play. They've taken that rule out, so there's not as much of an advantage. But you also got to be smart too, is if you get one of those guys out that's on your first power play and you have the puck for 40 seconds, maybe your first power play is not going to be out there. So, but usually it's one of those guys.
Time for one more question from the senators.
My name's Eli. I play right D, and my question is, what do you like better, Pepsi or Coke?
Yeah, that's a good question. So my uncle Odie worked for a long time for Coke, and I was a Pepsi guy, and he ended up switching over to Pepsi, and that was the big deal at Christmas, right? We could all come out of the closet and let him know that we actually liked Pepsi. We weren't just drinking Coke. So I used to drink a fair amount of pop. I don't really drink that much pop anymore, but I would say if I had to have one, it would be Pepsi. Is that who sponsors us?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Good choice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good choice. Yeah. All right.
I've gotten in trouble before for that.
Our presentation is powered by IBEW Nika 665. When we come back after this break, we'll talk with Gavin O'Connell. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Ohana keeps prices low for the whole family while still bringing quality, farm-fresh, locally sourced ingredients to the table. At Ohana Sushi and Hibachi Bar, you are treated like family because Ohana means family. And your family can enjoy the only all-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi bar around during lunch for only $18.95. Everything is cooked to order and fresh, and get select $5 cocktails during happy hour, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Ohana, the only all-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi in Lansing on West Saginaw. Online at ohanasushibar.com.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green!
There is something to be said for experience. No matter what field you're talking about, someone who's been there and done that gives you a better chance at a satisfying outcome. The same can be said for realtors. When you're buying or selling a home, you want experience on your side. You want the Munn team. Jan and John Munn have made real estate their business for a combined 50 years. So when you're in the market, contact the Munn team. Get more information online at munnteam.com. Realtors who get results.
Welcome back for more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Say hello to Cashback Plus, a member benefit from MSU FCU. Browse personalized offers from your favorite brands and hundreds more to purchase digital gift cards in any amount and receive instant cash back up to 20%. Earn cash back on your everyday purchases with Cashback Plus, only at MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. And we are joined now by junior winger from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 29, Gavin O'Connell. Let's have a big hand for him. He is definitely not a rookie at this show. This is his third trip in 3 years. So a lot of these questions, at least mine, will probably be retreads because I'm old and I forget things. So
that's great.
But starting out, I've been asking guys how they got their start playing hockey. I would imagine that with your dad being a D1 college hockey player at St. Cloud State, that you got into skates at a pretty young age. Do you remember your first time on the ice?
My first time is probably, I don't remember. My dad says I was 2 years old with skates on my feet. His brother also played college hockey, so when I was born, I was pretty much thrown into skates. So I don't remember the first time, but I remember it was pretty early, me just throwing a fit with all my equipment on and stuff like that. So.
You mentioned you come from a family of athletes. Your uncle played college hockey as well as your dad. You have an aunt who played and coached college soccer. What other sports did you maybe try out in middle school, high school?
Sure. Yeah, growing up, I think I played pretty much all of them. When I got to high school, hockey was pretty much kind of it. I played lacrosse my freshman year. I played soccer pretty much my whole life until probably my freshman year of high school. And then football, basketball, kind of all of it. But soccer probably for the most part until hockey was just it.
Okay. Who's the best player in the pregame? Yeah, I think do you guys still call it sewer ball?
We do, yeah.
Sewer
we take
ball.
it very serious too.
It's partially deflated soccer ball.
Yeah, I honestly don't want to give too many guys much credit, but Daniel Russell's pretty good. He's been at it for quite some time now.
Yeah.
He's a vet. I'll have to say him because I don't want to say anyone else. So.
Okay.
So I'll on Bree's question, what Olympic sport would you like to try?
Out of the ones you said?
Or any of them.
Well, any of them.
Well, what's been on our TV quite a bit is like the sledding down like what is that called?
Bobsled?
Yeah, bobsledding. That I mean, I don't know if I'd be any good at it, but it sounds pretty fun.
Is there a good little rivalry happening? Because we've got some guys that represent different nations on the team.
Oh, yeah. That's constant debates in the locker room, various sports, just how much better the U.S. is, or the Swedes want to say them, or Canadians, whatever it is. Obviously, Americans a lot better, but
So as you said, your dad played at St. Cloud State. You're a Minnesota kid. I think originally you committed to Minnesota Duluth,
Correct,
right?
yep.
How'd you end up here at Michigan State? I always like hearing these stories
Yeah.
when somebody commits somewhere else and then
Yeah.
comes to state.
When I was growing up, I was pretty much always like, I'm going to be a Minnesota kid. Minnesota Duluth was always kind of like my school, I guess you could say. And then about Christmas time of my second year juniors, things kind of flipped with Duluth. And I was then going to try to obviously figure out a next spot. And then I was fortunate enough to play a couple games with the program with Nighty as the coach. And once I found that connection and realized how great of a coach he was, it was pretty much a done deal when I figured I could come here. And I was really excited about that.
Yeah, I kind of figured that I was curious how that experience influenced your decision. Coach, in those couple of games that he was with you at the junior program, what kind of memories did you have?
Well, I mean, it stood out right away. Unreal kid, unreal teammate. Ray comes from a great family, and I think when he came in, I think we played Minnesota and North Dakota,
Yep.
right? So he was coming in and playing some really tough games. And I remember just he had a ton of moxie. The moment didn't eat him up, and I remember throwing. Remember that hit you threw against the Gophers?
Yeah,
That was and played really well for us. But I just like super respectful, appreciative, and obviously his hockey speaks for itself, and super talented. But I think we felt really good as we knew the person we were getting, and he's been great for us.
Now, I know it's the second year in a row that the team has played outdoors. You were injured during the game at Wrigley Field, but were you able to be indoors where it was warm, or were you outdoors with all of us out on that one?
I was outside. I was outdoors. A bunch of my family came, and so they wanted to have the experience of being outside and watching the game. So I sat there. I was pretty cold. Toes were bad, but it was
So
fun to
were
watch.
we.
Yeah, I know. It was fun to watch the guys. Obviously, a big win, so that made it better.
In the game 2 weeks ago, there were a lot of pauses to fix the ice. And the question I had on that gives you extra breaks. But if you're on the ice and not on the heated bench, is that a bad thing to go through?
It was actually not bad. They did a good job with like heated benches and stuff, so we were pretty warm all the time. But I mean, I think I can speak for a lot of the guys. We like to just kind of play, and we got a lot of conditioning that we do throughout the year. So if we did no TV timeouts, I think the guys would be fine with just continuous playing and stuff. But yeah, it was a little bit of annoying having to wait for a million different TV timeouts or whatever. But it was all right. We hung in there. So.
Coming from Minnesota, had you ever played an organized outdoor game before?
I have not. No, plenty of backyard games, but nothing with referees and some people in the stands. So it was really cool for me to be out there.
Some people, 74,000
Yeah,
plus.
not bad.
Not bad. Hang on with us because we got some special questions for you coming up after the break. Craving scratch-made food at home? Order takeout or delivery from One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. Visit onenorthdining.com or call 517-900-4MSU. Also available on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. We'll return with more of tonight's Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665, right after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
This is Labatt. We're brewed for the true hockey fans like you who yell, "Shoot it!" every chance they get. The fans that shout, "Ref, you suck!" because that works every time. You pound on the glass, spill half your beer, and act like you're running the power play, even though the only ice you usually see is ice cream. Hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you that bring the noise and the passion with an ice-cold Labatt in your hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on your very own Spartan Media Network affiliate. It's presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find a local agent near you by visiting www.fmins.com. Well, it's on to the icebreaker questions. And what do you want to let Gavin know? Well, he's been through the
He has
the
been
burning
through this,
questions,
not these questions, right? Hey, OC, you mentioned playing in front of big crowds, 74,000 at the Penn State game. Growing up in Minnesota, I always like asking the Minnesota kids. You see him at ease playing in front of large crowds. You look at that duel in the D game last year. I think he had a goal and assist against Michigan. This year, you lit one up as well. Did you play in the Minnesota State high school tournament? And if so, did you make the all-hair team?
I did. I played my junior year, which was unfortunate because it was COVID. So I didn't get the full barn. I tried to make the all-hair team. It was way too long, but some kids go a little bit above and beyond, and I didn't compete with them. So,
all right,
you didn't get the bleach out. Huh?
No, I did that when I was
Okay.
younger.
All
And my
right.
parents said not again.
All right, good deal. Here we go. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up besides a hockey player?
Probably an athlete, maybe a golfer.
Do you like to golf still?
I love it. Yeah.
What's your favorite course around here?
Probably like Hawk Hollow or Eagle Eye, one of the nice ones.
If you could pick any course, especially they just had Pebble Beach this past weekend, what course would you pick? If you could play any, that includes Augusta.
Yeah, let's go Augusta.
Like it. What was your favorite team as a kid? Any sport, any level?
Tampa Bay Lightning hockey team.
Why is that?
We lived in Tampa for about 5 years of my life when I was younger, and I grew up being the kid that skates around the rink before the game, and that was like a memory that I lasted with forever. So
very cool.
Is your bed made right now?
It is.
Are you organized or messy?
With my stuff, pretty organized. I feel like I maybe do a bad job if I'm at a buddy's house or something like that, but.
What creeps you out?
It's up to the buddy to clean it up.
What creeps you out?
Maybe like spiders, like bugs, like that kind of stuff.
Favorite pregame meal?
We'll just go salmon and rice.
What goes on first, left skate or right skate?
Right skate.
What's the last app that you opened on your phone?
Probably Snapchat.
Best logo in professional sports?
We'll go with Minnesota Wild logo. 2
teammates you don't want to get hit by?
Probably Colin Ralph and Charlie Strammel.
All right. You can vote for yourself on this one because a lot of guys have been picking you on this one. Teammate most likely to go viral with a TikTok video?
I've heard they come back to me every time and say they said me, which is not right, but we'll go with Anthony Romani.
Why do you think so many people have picked you?
They like to just I like to dance, I guess, a little bit in the gym, keep the mood light, and then they always just throw my name for that question. So
why Rome's then?
Because he would. I've caught him in the act of making a TikTok before. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Smart, fast, or hard? If you can only have one of those as a player, which one do you pick?
Smart.
Gavin O'Connell, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. OC.
Before you get out of here, what is your major? And when hockey is over for you, what do you want to do?
My major is advertising, and post hockey, maybe something in the business side of the world. Not too sure, but we'll go with that.
All right. All right. You are all set. Thank you.
You guys.
Thanks
Good
for coming
job.
by. It's time now for Alumni Hall Trivia. Today's winner will receive tickets to an upcoming home game and a $25 gift card from Alumni Hall. Here is tonight's question. The Spartans are coming off a win over Michigan in the duel in the D a week ago. Tonight's question, how many wins does MSU hockey have this season when they're coming off a win against a D1 college hockey team? Exhibition games don't count. So how many times have the Spartans won following a win? That's the question. We will be back with answers in just a moment. The Adam Nightingale Show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We're back after this timeout on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Experiencing a Spartans game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of Michigan State athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Take advantage of the Winter Games sales event at Shaheen Chevrolet. We're dropping the puck on savings to get you back in the game. The Equinox LT is your short track star for just $175 a month. The Silverado is the bobsled of trucks for just $177 a month. The Equinox EV, your electric champion, just $199 a month, tax and title included. Face off with a test drive at 632 American Road in Lansing. Shop online at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back for more Spartan Hockey Talk on the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. You know, the electrical contractors of IBEW NICA 665 provide the safest, highest quality electrical work at the best value to their customers. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. Well, the Alumni Hall trivia question is on the floor. How many wins does MSU hockey have this season when they're coming off a win against a D1 hockey team? Coming off a win. We've got a guess already.
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Luckily, it was empty.
We got a guess
18?
way back there. What's
18?
18 is not right. 18 is not right.
All right.
I'll give
Watch
you,
your drinks. I'm coming back.
I'll give you
17.
Well, I was going to give you a clue, but yes, 17 is right.
Oh, she pulled it up on her phone. Is that allowed?
Oh, I don't know. Boo! But we were going to let you know you can't purchase eggs in this quality in a grocery store. The number is not worn by any of this year's Spartans. The last Spartan to wear it was Caden Nelson last year. And for theater fans, it is mentioned in a song in The Sound of Music. See, that would narrow it down to 16 or 17. Coming off a win this season, the Spartans 17-4. Thank you for participating in Alumni Hall Trivia. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. And now we are happy to welcome Neil Koepke to the stage. We usually get a question or two from him during the show, but tonight we're putting him under the spotlight. And Neil, you and I had discussed just briefly what I wanted to talk about. Starting out with the Richter Award. We just found out that Trey has been announced as a finalist for the Richter Award. Jack Ivankovic.
Ivan
Kovic. Thank you for correcting me on that again. Are the only ones from the Big Ten to make the semifinals. Do you think that both have a chance at the final three?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I do think that Augustine not only has a chance at the final three, he is the prohibitive favorite. And if this isn't a lock, I don't know what a lock is. Because if you look at these other goalies, they're all pretty good, but they're not Augustine level.
Right.
And if you look at what's been happening in college hockey in terms of media on TV, from Boston to Denver, in terms of like talking about Michigan State being in the top first or second position.
Mm-hmm.
Why? One of the first things they talk about is having the best goalie in college hockey. So to me, there is like everybody knows about him all over the place. So the voters, and you've been on the
I've been on the Hobie committee.
And I just learned there's 25 voters on this, and it's media, coaches, and pro scouts. And so they'll take a look and see, but I would think that you don't want to say 100%, but I would say 99.9. And there's some good goalies there too. And obviously one of them is Alex Tracy, who was a finalist last year from Minnesota State. And a couple guys out east have had good records, but because of Hockey East not having a lot of elite teams, they don't get the respect, and they play well, stop a lot of shots. But Augustine is the one that wins games, and Augustine will be probably, as we talk about in a second, a Hobie Baker candidate too.
Yeah. We talked about this before the show. Does the conference that you play in carry much water with this award?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would think that factors in, and I agree with Neil. I mean, and Trey's been awesome. I mean, he's, the stats are the stats, but I think his ability to stop the puck when it matters the most, right? He seems to find a way to dial it up, and I've always said to people, like, that's rule number one in coaching. If you want to be a good coach, make sure you have a good goalie. Yeah.
And plus, you talk about, who we're playing against. I mean, these are top scoring teams
Oh, yeah.
in the country when you look at like Michigan or Penn State.
Even Wisconsin, which is a little bit down, but they can score
but they
goals.
can score, and the workload that Trey's put in too.
And I would say the amount of penalties that our conference calls, right? If you look at the top teams that are penalized, like it's all our conference, right? So, that's, if you want to have a good penalty kill, make sure you have a good goalie. So the amount of times he's had to bail us out on the kill. So it'll be interesting. And what the nice thing with Trey is, Trey could care less. He wants Michigan State to be great, and I love that about him.
Neil, going on to the Hobie, you mentioned that we would talk about Trey. He is obviously in the mix. It's so hard for a goalie to win the Hobie, but he obviously has to be in the mix there too.
Yeah, he'll be talked about. And the Spartans in Michigan are both, I think, going to have two people nominated for this. And obviously, Charlie Stramel, who's one of the top scorers in the country, basically 7th nationally, leading the Spartans, and just a force on the ice and having a great season. A lot of people have recognized him. So you put Stramel and you put, who's a senior, by the way, and you don't get many seniors at this level. And TJ Hughes of Michigan is also a senior. And so those two guys are unusual. And Hughes is the second leading scorer in the country with 43 points. So those four guys, let's just hope they don't cancel each other out when the votes come in and all that. And there's one guy out east that is like suddenly jumped in the mix. But before I say that, Max Plant of Duluth, who started the season very hot and was considered like the favorite, he's still out there. He doesn't have the attention he did earlier, but he's got 41 points and he's tied for 4th. But there's a guy in Quinnipiac by the name of Ethan Wittenbach, who is the leading scorer in the country with 51 points.
Wow.
So I would say he'll be nominated, and he'll be one of the finalists for sure.
Okay, we're going to take a break and we'll talk more with Neil when we come back. When you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest, from big league stadiums to the neighborhood ballpark. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. Tonight's show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We're back with more after these words from your very own local station. You are listening to The Adam Nightingale Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Make sure to join me, Scott Moore, and my broadcast partner, Rob Woodward, throughout the season for Michigan State hockey radio broadcasts. Into the slot, shot, save. Go! Martin's coming the other way, 2-on-1. Yes! Near side, go! Tune in for all the goals by listening on the radio in Lansing or wherever you are at MSUSpartans.com and the MSU Athletics app on your smartphone. Go Green!
Take advantage of the Winter Games sales event at Shaheen Chevrolet. We're dropping the puck on savings to get you back in the game. The Equinox LT is your short track star for just $175 a month. The Silverado is the bobsled of trucks for just $177 a month. The Equinox EV, your electric champion, just $199 a month, tax and title included. Face off with a test drive at 632 American Road in Lansing. Shop online at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
We are live in East Lansing with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. When MSU hockey wins at home, so do you. Celebrate with a BOGO offer on your favorite drinks at Big B after an MSU hockey home victory. We are visiting with Neil Koepke, formerly of the Lansing State Journal, formerly of MSUSpartans.com, and widely regarded as an hockey encyclopedia. I know I've heard more than one person refer to you that way. We were just talking about Hobie Baker. I stumbled across something called the CHIP rating. I don't know if you've seen the CHIP rating yet. It's on collegehockeynews.com. CHIP stands for College Hockey Individual Points. Okay. And it says points, but Trey is ranked number 5th on that list. Number 1 and 2 are Zam and Max Plant.
Both of them, both the brothers. Yeah.
The brothers, both at the top of the list.
Really?
I can't think of any other time that brothers have made the top 10, let alone possibly the top or the Hobie hat trick.
Yeah, exactly. That's unusual. I know, obviously, I could see Max being there, but apparently Zam, when he's scoring goals and assisting, is part of that team.
Mm-hmm, definitely,
big part of that team.
What do you think? We talk about the big rig. We talk about Trey. What about Russell and Martone? Do you think they have a chance to kind of sneak in there somewhere?
For Hobie?
For Hobie.
I think because of the other guys, I think they probably don't now.
Yeah.
It's tough for a freshman to do it. That's why this Wittenbach kid is just standing out in Quinnipiac and out east. And there's not a lot of guys out east that are really having great years because, number one, Hockey East is down a little bit. Now, you got a lot of ECEC teams that are up probably a little more than we thought, but we'll see how it all plays out once the season gets done and all the things pair out with NPI and all that. But I think Martone's got a chance to be Rookie of the Year of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And second team all Big Ten, maybe first or so. A lot of good forwards, but and then Daniel Russell is probably the most underrated player in this conference in terms of what he
No
does,
doubt.
especially his plus minus and just the way he's not a scorer, but he has been able to score big goals and set up plays. So that's an amazing accomplishment for a kid who came in, was pushed back a few years before he came here. And like I say, I didn't even know whether he'd be a scratch the first year, but he came in, found a way, and now he's last 2 years on the top line.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, bracketology. I know, Adam, you might want to just cover your ears on this because I know you don't pay any attention to it.
But we do.
It is early, but the columns have started online. MSU currently atop the NPI and could be the #1 overall seed. The regionals are in Loveland, Colorado, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Albany, and Worcester, Massachusetts. What do you think? Where are you plotting the top overall seed to wind up?
That's a good question. And it depends upon who they would be matched up if they won their first game. So 3 weeks ago, when Michigan State got to be #1, one of the first bracketology situations was Albany, which the Spartan fans probably went, hey, we can drive the ball, we can go. And then when it was like linked to a #8 Denver versus Cornell, guess what? Denver has to be in their Loveland regional because they're the team that is sponsoring that regional. They're the host. So then all of a sudden it was back to Loveland again. So the way it stands now, Michigan State would play the winner of the Atlantic Hockey Conference Championship. And it's probably Bentley, Sacred Heart, or RIT, one of those. And then Denver would play Cornell in the second game or the other game, and the winners face off. So, but again, things are going to change. Denver could go up and down, and the way things are going to be final on the last day, the March 21st, when all the championships are done, that's when you'll see it all. But until then, the fans are going to have fun going, where are we going? What are we doing? And even teams that are like Wisconsin's 15th in the MPI. So they're right in the bubble. A couple upsets there, and Wisconsin's done.
I was going to ask you, do you think they make it?
I think they do, because I think they're going to pull out a win in the last 4 games. However, they play Michigan this weekend.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be great if that was one of those games?
Oh, we would love
and
that.
And then next week they play at Penn State, 2 games. And then they play at Penn State. Was not a good place for them to play. They've been very bad luck there. Yeah. But again, they're desperate. They've got to win
For sure.
and to make sure they're in the tournament. And I'd like to see them do that. Would be a 4th Big Ten team, and that'd be sort of fun.
That would be great.
Does our old buddy up at St. Thomas, Rico Blasi, does he make it into the tournament this year?
They're 13th right now.
Right now they're in.
Right now they're in. Cut line, right?
And Michigan Tech is right close too. So
I think they're 18th, right?
Yeah. And Michigan Tech's in first place with like 4 games left.
Who's your surprise team, for good or for bad, this year?
Boston University.
BU.
I had Boston
the bad,
University.
right?
I had Boston University ranked number 1, and I looked at their roster: goalie, defense, couple guys coming in from Canadian hockey. Who's the guy that's Celebrezzi?
Oh, he's gone now.
No, who's the one that was like
he was
committed to Minnesota, and he's one of their top players. Iserman. So I thought they were going to run the table. I thought this team is loaded. And guess what? They're 1 or 2 games under 500.
Right.
And they're not going to make the tournament.
I think that shows you how hard college hockey is too. Like it
does.
Anyone can beat anyone, and you can end up in the wrong. I look at our conference, like we're playing Notre Dame I think they're a really good team, and I think Ohio State's a really good team. Minnesota's a really good team. It's just you can end up on the wrong side of it. We don't play well. and we don't play. There's not a ton of games where you can make it back up. So you got to start on the right foot, and but I think that's a big time testament to how hard college hockey is.
But I'd say, Scott, surprising upward would be St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. All right. Neil, thanks so much for stopping by and keeping us up on all the national stuff. We will be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665 after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
We're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Take advantage of the Winter Games sales event at Shaheen Chevrolet. We're dropping the puck on savings to get you back in the game. The Equinox LT is your short track star for just $175 a month. The Silverado is the bobsled of trucks for just $177 a month. The Equinox EV, your electric champion, just $199 a month, tax and title included. Face off with a test drive at 632 American Road in Lansing. Shop online at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Hey, this Friday, February 20th, Blue Line Club's having their final luncheon of the season at Corey's Lounge. Doors open at 11, lunch served at 11:30. Having a pizza buffet with salad and breadsticks. The cost is $25 for members, $30 for non-members, cash only, please, they ask. And there will be a raffle prizes to purchase tickets as well. You can RSVP at 517-449-5433. That's 517-449-5433. Well, Coach, Notre Dame coming into town. You mentioned it. They are playing better. They've kind of struggled under their first-year head coach, Brock Sheehan, but in the last 7, 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 ties, outscoring their opponents 25-21. These guys are coming in at a good time for them to come to MSU.
Yeah, no, I think they got a really good team. I think, Brock, they got a transition there going on, and Brock's got a heck of a resume and a really good coach. And I think you look at the roster, right? Like, I think Cole Knuble and Danny Nelson are as good as any forward in our conference, right? Sudden Rosati's having a heck of a season. Werner's a really good player. Fisher's a world junior defenseman that's really steady back there, and they got the world junior goalie in that. So, their power play is really good. But yeah, we got a ton of respect for them. I think you look back at our series earlier in the year. I liked how we played the first game, and I thought the second game we won the game. But I thought they were the better team. So we got to make sure we're ready to go. And just like every weekend, though, the focus will be on us. We'll be organized and plan against them, but we got to go out there and beat us.
Well, our next opponent, Notre Dame. We're playing on Thursday and Friday nights. Airtime Thursday is 7 p.m. It's 80s night. Do you have your 80s garb set?
I was born in the 70s, so I don't know much about the 80s.
Okay, all right. Friday night on the air at 5:30. Both of those games on WVFN, 7:30 a.m. in Lansing, and online at msuspartans.com and the MSU Athletics mobile app. Our next show is next week, Tuesday, February 24th, 6 o'clock p.m. here at One North. Thanks to Coach, thanks to Woody, thanks to Gavin O'Connell, Chris Ordaway here at One North, our producer in the studio, Patrick Rogers. We had Gage Dansby here. Go Green.
You've been listening to The Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Learn more at IBEWNICA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans Athletics and Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. And Shaheen Chevrolet, your hometown dealership. The Adam Nightingale Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time for all the action of Michigan State Spartan hockey, a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.